Welcome to the You Are a Force podcast channel, your go-to space for real stories, fearless dreams, and unstoppable women rewriting the rules. And the force behind this podcast. Here is your host, Binoli Botadara.
Hi everyone. Welcome to You Are a Force, where we celebrate women who are trailblazers as iconic and brilliant as Jade, and women who just don't follow trends, they actually carve new paths. I'm your host Binoli Botadara, and today we have someone very special who has mastered the alchemy of past and future, turning India's rich artisans' legacy into modern couture that tells story with every stitch. She is a co-founder of globally renowned, acclaimed label Jade by Monica Karishma, the founder of Grassroot Artisans Project and Chanakya School of Craft, a TEDx speaker and a recipient of Most Admired Fashion Designer in India by Government of India, VOGUE India's Fashion Forces, honored by Indian Ministry of Textiles, and also awarded PETA India's Compassionate Designer Award. So it is so amazing to have someone like her. And Monica has dressed Bollywood icons and showcased her bridal heirlooms collections from runways to all the global stages. And she has been named also as Lukebook's 50 most influential women in luxury. Wow, I don't know how she does it, but beyond all the runway and accolades, there is a true force lies in empowering artisans, preserving India's heritage craft, and proving that fashion can be glamorous, purposeful, and also transformational. So it's my absolute honor to welcome none other than Monica Shah. Monica, thank you so much for being on You Are a Force.
Thank you, Binoli, for having me today. Very excited. And I love it that you're wearing Jade. I'm so excited about that.
I know, good spotting. And I was wondering that, how can I make me feel special? And then I just, went to my wardrobe and I'm like, yeah, I have to wear Jade's collection. And this is so pretty and so versatile, the
Thank
way I'm
you.
wearing
It's
it.
nostalgic for me,
Yes, yes.
It's one of my initial collections. So
Is that
yeah,
right?
feels good.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, I got it like maybe 15 years ago or something. Maybe, I
Yeah,
don't
that's when Jade
remember.
started. So maybe it's like, that's what
Very,
I'm
very
saying. It
early
must be one
on.
of my very beginning
Very first
collections. Yeah.
collections, and it looks so stunning. And I was like, I have to wear something which is so close to my heart. And thankfully, I had it in London because
Oh,
usually a
lovely.
lot of my Indian wear are in India. I've not
Yeah,
got them here, but this is so
true.
contemporary. You can wear in whichever way, you can
Yeah,
move
that's the whole
something
idea.
into. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So thank you for creating something so gorgeous.
thank you.
But Monica, I want to start from the beginning, before Jade, before all the accolades, before everything. Who was Monica when she was growing up as a kid? Did she admire design, or just like a light bulb moment just occurred that, this is my moment and I want to be a fashion designer? Or it was a slow love affair with fashion? Can you take us through the journey?
I think for me, Binoli, my love for art, craft, embroidery started even when I was in school.
Okay,
Like we had this, in my times, we used to have embroidery as extracurricular activity in my school.
okay.
And I was one of the very few who had taken it up.
Hmm.
And so I used to love learning different stitches.
Wow.
And that time I didn't know whether I'll take fashion design, what am I going to
Yeah.
do? But I just loved it.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, I know the schools don't offer embroidery
Anymore.
as a class anymore. But I did that class. I used to love my art class. I've done Madhubani to Varli to many different arts that I would paint.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
have also seen while growing up, uh, my grandmother used to wear these absolutely stunning saris. I've
Hmm.
traveled within Gujarat with her. So those influences of craft within the
Very
smaller
early.
villages of Gujarat have influenced me. So I grew up uh, not knowing that I'm going to eventually take up fashion, or I've actually studied interiors, and for that I actually fought with my father. because he wanted me to do engineering because he
Okay.
had this
Classic.
he was into he had a factory and he was insisting that I take engineering. I said, Dad, I just don't understand the ABC of maths of engineering and I have to take up interiors. So I actually studied interiors because I was always on the creative side and I loved designing. Then, after doing interiors, I slowly, actually, I was doing furniture designing and not even full turnkey projects of interiors because
Sure.
I thought that was most creative where my expressions could flow. And then eventually, once I got married into the family where my father-in-law had started Chanakya 40 years back. And I was entering a legacy that was carried forward by my husband and my sister-in-law Karishma and Nihal. I decided to join fashion, and that's how Jade was born.
Okay, okay. I love that. It was just meant to be. And I
Yes.
also, like you said, I also learned a lot of these weaving and I did not have it in my school, but my mom really, really wanted me in every summer break. She would send me into one of these, I don't know, classes. And I have also learned how to actually weave a lot of these Gujarati work, and I was
Oh,
horrible.
amazing.
I was
That
really
stays
not.
with us, right?
It does. So I have these like cloths and like those napkins where you've done the borders and
Yeah.
you've
Oh,
done.
how lovely.
Yeah, it's not really nice to flaunt, but
Yeah.
that always made me wonder that everything you see looks so easy, but it's not.
Yeah.
Because when you
Yes.
do it, you realize that, the amount of, art and amount of effort which goes into it, which is just unreal.
Yeah.
Yes, we just see the finished product. But like you said, you trained into legendary Saint Martin's in London, is
Yes.
Central Saint Martin's, and you also studied like the global, education you took, and then also you went back to India and you decided to build brand with Karishma, which is so rooted in India. So how does that transition happen? Is it just because of your love for influence, or love for the Indian craft, or you realized when you went abroad that there's so much uh, about India's story which needs to be told to the world?
I think there are two things here. One is, of course, telling India's story to the world on the global stage. Also, my love for Indian craft always existed. I knew I'm going to come back. And after attending Central St. Martin's, I realized how to look at Indian craft from the global perspective,
Sure, sure.
right? And how to create something that is accepted not just in India, but globally, right? How to refine the craft. Because there are so many things that we can learn
Yeah.
from these Western brands or from the influence that Central St. Martin, the teachers that could give me. Indian craft is so fine, but it can also be very ethnic if we don't use it right.
Correct.
So how am I going to contemporize that craft and bring it to a global stage? So I think that influence of the Western world with the Indian craft helped me to shape how Jade is looking right now.
Wow, I love that. And was there like a single moment where you and Karishma knew that we are building not just a brand, but we are building a legacy? Is there any particular moment or anecdote?
No, there was no eureka moment.
It's like a slowly.
Yeah, it's
I think
built,
I think
legacies
it's
are built
also
slowly, right?
yes, yes,
It's
absolutely.
the more we deep dive into the crafts, the more you learn and the more
True,
you love it.
true.
So
So
it's a slow process, just like craft is a slow process.
true. But launching a label in India, which is like a couture label, which is not for faint-hearted. right? And so what was the toughest day or any challenges which nearly made you think that, you know what, I mean, we can't sustain this, or um, that very moment, but later on, you thought that that was the biggest learning, if you can share any of the anecdotes with us.
It's very strange. Jade is 15 years old, Binoli, but I've never had this moment. I've had
Really?
many challenges where I may have stayed up nights. I may have like fought through multiple challenges, right? Season after season.
Hmm.
But my passion takes over.
Wow.
I've never felt I want to give up, or I've never felt that, okay, this is it.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's so beautiful when you say this, that you never thought those small problems or hurdles that can break you from your vision and for your
Yeah.
love for craft. And yeah, that's something really gorgeous. But Jade is celebrating with the traditional, with the Indian heritage, with the modern design. So while staying true to your signature aesthetic, and also going with the trends, how that evolves world over. So what makes Jade really unique, and how do you ensure that each piece feels like a timeless, still making, splash on the social media where everyone is sort of, capturing the attention, but also the outfit lives longer than, you imagine, or forever.
Some of the practices that we use in Jade are timeless because we have used craft as a medium. And when you stay true
Yeah,
to the authenticity of the craft,
yeah.
the piece becomes timeless. Even if you have a very structured Kanjivaram fabric jacket,
Hmm.
right? Uh, I think staying true to the stitches, staying true to the artisanal excellence makes these pieces timeless.
Hmm. Hmm. And then that doesn't matter how the structure of the outfit changes, but the fabric and the weaving and the stitching and everything remains the classic. So
There are so many pieces in our wardrobe, Binoli, which just look timeless, right? Because they are just done with so much love and detailing
I
that it
agree.
doesn't have to belong to a trend,
Yes, yes,
right?
you're right.
Because so that's how, like, they're just made so beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. Now when you're saying this, I can actually imagining there's so many things in my mom's wardrobe, which are, and my mother always has been a person who would want to buy something which is timeless. She would always tell me that,
Mm.
we would go to every place we traveled within India, and we would always try and buy something authentic from that place. And
Yeah,
she would not want to go to like the fanciest stores or something, where
right.
she would always want to go, not just because you get cheaper, but you get more traditional, authentic stuff. And therefore,
Exactly.
when I come back and when I wear those pieces, or if my mom wears those pieces, everyone is like, where did you get it from? Because it's so unique. You don't get it off the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. And that's timeless then,
That
right?
is
Because
timeless.
it's so true to its origin.
Correct. Very true. Very true. And it's so
And that's
rare
how
as
we
well.
follow at J. Sorry?
And it's rare as well, right? And which
It's
is
rare,
actually,
exactly.
but which is actually, in a way, if you see, it's not really nice for the artisans, because their craft is just getting then limited because they're not able to put those things out at the mainstream, and therefore they're rare, which I love to own, which is not a very common piece. But also they're not having that kind of a mileage to put their products or their work out there in front of millions of people. So yeah,
I would
so
say here, it's rare because it is as labor intensive,
that's true.
right? Because he has spent, a few master craftsmen have spent their lifetime mastering that craft.
Very true.
And then when he makes that piece,
Very true.
it's rare. It should be rare.
It should be rare. No, I think you're right. I have one of those, kapadas from Kutch because I love Garba and I love wearing those traditional things. So the person from Bhuj we got it from, he brought it to Ahmedabad and we bought it. And he told me that this kind of work, like people start when the daughter is born in the house, and then they start weaving and it takes like, I don't know, 10, 20, 50 years to actually make one piece of blouse. And I always told my mom that, I'm gonna wear it in one of my wedding functions because I want to
Yeah.
team it up with some sari or some outfit, but I want to wear that because it's something so close to my heart and so special, which, if you actually see that every piece you embrace and wear has a story to it, which I don't know if a lot of Western outfits, at least I don't know if has that kind of, story in the backdrop. So,
Mm.
yeah. And Monica, Indian luxury fashion market is 9.37 billion and it's growing also fast. So how do you balance the exclusivity which we are talking about, bringing the rare art and rare work, but also which is commercially viable? So how do you begin to design, the price point, because it's so subjective and it's also something, which should make sense, I think, to the people when they're buying, but also at the same time it has to be so how do you come to, I know it's a very commercially commercial centric question because I'm in finance. I always wonder that, how does a designer come to a price point, because every piece feels like a piece of art, but also it has to be commercially viable.
So here, by building awareness is one of the biggest thing. It's like when you're building your wardrobe, we also want to be conscious now, right? We want to be sustainable. So
Yeah.
sustainability is not just about using less water, less of wastage, but it is also about buying less, right? So when you're owning a few pieces,
Yeah.
you you have to invest in the right pieces.
Sure.
So building awareness, like somebody may love a piece of Bandhani, but they don't know whether it's a Bandhani print or an actual Bandhani.
Right.
Many times it happens that you're buying something which looks like a Bandhani, it's just a print.
Yeah.
But when there is Jina Bandhani done, which is a slow process,
Yes.
and you're wearing literally a piece of art on your body, then the price, I think, justifies that art, that craft.
Sure. So how do you design the collection? So do you, because I believe you go to different villages in India, and then meet the artisans, and then so do you see the design and basically what they're making and then come and design the collection for Jade, or
No,
it's the vice versa?
it's the reverse. We once we understand the craft, we give them our designs,
Okay.
because the idea is to uh, not elevate the craft but contemporize the craft. The
Right.
technique they already know. They're
Yes.
fantastic at their craft. What we are doing is, how are we making it viable for this generation to use it in everyday life?
Sure.
We
And
don't want just one art piece created, which is maybe like a Kanjivaram sari. It's beautiful, it's traditional, I love it. But I may use it maybe, say, once a year.
right.
But a Kanjivaram jacket,
Yeah. You
which
can
is
wear
well tailored and it has a modern design,
you can
I
wear
can wear
20
it every
times.
month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very true.
So that's the whole idea.
Very true. And so also that brings to my next question, that, how then do you time it? Because usually in the fast fashion, I was watching a documentary of Zara, which actually in 3 weeks' time, they turn around the entire production. And I was talking to another designer, they usually take about 2 to 3 months time, but when your pieces are actually hand woven and hand embroidered, it takes a bit longer. So how long from the idea generation to getting the piece in in hand? How long does it take, and how is it
It's a
that
year's process.
1 year?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Wow. So that's
Because we
that's
are working with grassroots communities. The
that's
process is
amazing.
slow. Yes.
And with that just makes me wonder that you have to come up with such designs which are timeless but also contemporary, and then you have to be 1 year vision forward, right? That, oh, next year in 2026 in winter, this is going to be working.
I only work with timeless designs.
Hmm.
I don't believe in trends. Trends will come and go.
Yeah.
But when you have a elegant piece, it stays in your wardrobe, it stays in my design vocab.
True, true. And sustainability is more than a buzzword now, right? And so, how do you ensure that the Jade's values extend beyond marketing, and from the leftover fabric to repurposing, what's actually there, and also supply chain decisions dealing with unsold pieces, and how does that actually work? Because I'm sure there are timeless pieces, but there are some pieces which are actually, did not hit the mark.
So there's so much noise on sustainability, which is environmental sustainability, Binoli,
Yeah.
but I think there is less awareness on cultural sustainability. And
Explain.
that's what I focus on. India has, after farming, in Indian rural areas,
Hmm.
the second largest employment is craft.
Wow. Okay. I didn't
And
think
if
like
we
that.
start, yes, and if we start focus, there are millions of people employed in the craft sector.
Wow.
And the
Yes.
next generation may not take this up.
Hmm.
We may
True.
lose the India that we know.
It
I
just gives
don't
me
know this
chills.
India without our culture, our colors, our weaves, our craft, right?
True.
So for me, the focus, of course, environmental sustainability is part of this because
Hmm.
it's anyways a slow process. It's zero carbon, zero carbon, what do you call it? Doesn't put, what do you call it? Zero carbon,
Net zero.
yeah, it's net zero uh, because it's all hand done.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right, we are working in villages. So,
Yeah.
yes, there is a factor of environmental sustainability that we all need to be conscious about.
Hmm.
But my focus has largely been on cultural sustainability,
I love
on
that.
making sure this craft pockets get the work and we are able to sustain the next generation.
Hmm. And the inspiration I want to know, because every piece of yours I've seen, I have fell in love, when I touch it, when I see it. But where do you get the inspiration from? Rajasthani village to a museum to even like a Bombay traffic? How do you come with a concept, and then how do you ultimately uh, create that particular piece? And then if you can tell us also your creative journey.
India is the mood board. There's so much,
Yes.
right? From our weaves to our temples. Like I went to south to the
Hmm.
temples of Hoysala, which is a UNESCO site.
Okay.
It's a must visit. I
Really?
don't know if you've even heard of it, right?
No,
It
I was
is
about to say that.
absolutely gorgeous. There are some 100 pillars, which are each one carved differently.
Okay.
It's, I mean, you don't need to go beyond what India has. There's just so much. I think my lifetime is not enough.
I agree with
I
that.
just have to pick an inspiration, one temple, uh, one just a different kind of craft. There's just so much.
So when you go there and when you think of something, you just note it down and then you come back to Bombay and then you sort of
I come back uh,
feeling
with
rich.
this, yeah, feeling like, okay, this is it. But every time I come back with like, okay, this is it.
Some
I just have
ideas.
so many inspiration and so much ideas. Yeah. It's
Fair.
not enough. That's what I'm saying.
Fair enough, fair enough. And you've been dressing women since 2008, from brides to icons. So, how is the mindset or the behavior of women who you work with from clients' perspective? How has that changed, or is there is no change?
There is a change post-COVID. I
Okay,
think people want authenticity. They want accountability,
okay,
which is great. People
Yeah.
have started appreciating Indian craft. There is a shift of mindset.
Okay. And how exactly, like they want to buy less or they want to invest into like a timeless piece, or how exactly have they evolved? And apart, like I understand COVID because you did not have many places to go and wear, so you want to, but is there a shift in the price point as well or no?
Price point may have gone higher.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because inflation, I don't think it has anything to do with the mindset. That's a different thing.
Hmm.
But people have started investing more
Hmm.
in Indian brands.
Hmm. 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 Sure. And we live in a social media world now where influencer, celebrity-led marketing, on the major runway is actually a hit and everyone gets the eyeballs. And so when you create a look or the full experience of a show, how do you choose a showstopper, and how do you choose like a face for Jade at that moment for a particular um, show or particular campaign where the Jade's image is intact, but also it has a new age visibility?
It depends from collection to collection. Like the recent shoot we did of Apsara,
Hmm.
we worked with a very beautiful face. She is from Bhutan,
Okay.
and she dances beautifully. And
Really?
for me, I thought that would go really beautifully with my
With the
campaign.
Apsara, yes.
Yeah.
Because the Apsaras used to dance,
Yes,
as per the
yes.
mythology. Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's
So
lovely.
it really depends from each collection. I
Hmm.
choose the face that, is relevant for that collection.
Okay, okay. And your work is deeply tied with artisans through projects like Grassroot Artisans Initiative and Chanakya School of Craft. So why did you first start those projects? I want to know personally, why did you do it? And what was that spark that made you, want to bridge the gap between craft and community?
So we have been working with different craft pockets across India
Mm-hmm.
since the time we started Jade.
Hmm.
But on our 15th anniversary, we decided to take up this mammoth task of supporting 6 to 8 different grassroots communities all together. So
Okay.
we went geographically.
Mm-hmm.
One is, so we chose two crafts from the north, like we did um, in Kutch, we did Bandhani
Yeah.
and we did leheriya,
Okay.
and we did Suf on the west side. We worked with Palanpur with the
Hmm.
Suf artist,
Okay.
which is in Gujarat.
Yeah.
Then in the south, we worked with Salem, which is weaving Kanjivaram for us. And then in the east, we work with Pochampalli to weave
Hmm.
Ikkat for us. So
Yeah.
we try to cover geographically
Sure.
bits and pieces of India. Secondly, what we focused on was weaving techniques,
Hmm.
and also uh, some techniques which are of dyeing, like resist dyeing. So lehriya, bandhani
Hmm.
was part of that, and suf
Okay.
was part of embroidery. So
Right.
technique wise, also we try to do different techniques.
Fair. Fair enough. And like we discussed that, uh, I mean, artisans are like millions, after in terms of the employment after the farmers, they still do not get the deserved limelight, apart from people like you who actually do it. So how do we actually empower them apart from just, some designers working with them? How do we actually, in the world of social media, do you have any ideas how can we actually make the last mile seen, and also they can have the economic benefits as well, because if they get it, the next generation and the generation after will not leave those small towns and villages and come to the cities to work something else.
So here I do agree that they also need the recognition which
Mm-hmm.
we all must give them,
Yeah.
right? Because there's a joy in it, right? When your work is recognized.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when an architect is building or constructing a building, everyone who's working to build the vision of the architect,
Is a part of the
right,
journey.
is part of the journey, right? May not be as celebrated as the architect whose vision it is,
Right, right.
right? Uh, so there are both sides of it. We have to give them their due respect, but at the same time, we must celebrate the person whose vision it is, who has designed the whole idea or conceptualized it,
Sure.
because that's when these two meet,
Made.
the
Yeah.
design concept and the craft.
Sure, sure. So looking beyond India, Monica, brands like Dior, Gucci, Chanel are spotlighting Indian craftsmanship, right? Like Christian Dior once said that fashion is the most beautiful illusion you can create. So do you think that international luxury brand houses truly understand Indian craft? And are they borrowing just the illusion?
You know, it's become very fashionable to give these brands so much flake. Uh, I think they have their own craft, they have their own history of their country. They just have so much richness to and their culture
Yeah,
that they can talk about. And why are we looking at validation from them?
I agree.
Why
I,
can't we stand on our own and make Made in India a proud moment? If we are all together, I don't think we need any Western brand to validate our craft.
Yeah, true. I agree with that. And that was a small snippet we saw during the Prada Kolhapuri clash, right? They did not even give the entire weightage and, in fact, the source to Indian craftsmanship. And then there was like a big hue and cry, and then the team of Prada came to India and sort of accepted it. But like you're saying, it's right. I think we've put the luxury brands from France and Italy right here, and then just when you get associated with them, that's when you feel that, oh, you are also good enough, you know. So
Yeah.
that has to change. And I still remember that, you know, the Gateway of India runway show, which Dior did, right, was like, so everyone's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But you did Chanakya's runway show at the Gateway of India, and that was also equally gorgeous with outfits and everything. So how do you think that, what are the three things according to you which can be done by designers or even individuals like me who can actually take India to the next level in terms of recognition or visibility?
So, Dior show was in collaboration with our company Chanakya International, and all our hand embroidered pieces were part of the show.
Okay,
It's great that a brand like Dior collaborated with an Indian brand
sure,
and presented this. That itself is a huge validation for the kind of craft that we can create.
absolutely.
But as I said before in your last question, Binoli, we all need to come together and talk about Made in India. We need to make Made in India as powerful as how luxury associates itself with Made in Italy.
I love that. I love that. No, absolutely. Charity begins from home, right? So,
Yes.
finally, Monica, I want to know what's next for Jade? What's beyond collections and awards, apart from what we've already discussed? What gives you exciting, you know, next chapter for Jade for next 15 years? How do you see Jade evolving?
So I've thought about this, Binoli, and I feel I want to take my passion for craft beyond fashion.
Okay,
I want to express myself maybe into art, into home, because craft can be expressed in so many ways.
absolutely. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I see doing in the next 10 years.
I love that. And is there anything on the cards at the moment, or it's still at
Yeah,
the
as
back
soon as
burner?
it's out, I'm going to be
Okay.
letting you know, yes. But I'm working towards it, yes.
Okay, okay. And do you work as per the season fabric, or you work as per the timeless fabric and the colors also could be any, or does it change with your mood or the weather or something?
So we do have a jade color wheel, and I stay within that,
Okay.
which are very unique colors to jade.
Okay. Like
And
ivory?
sorry.
Like which
Yes,
colors?
of course, yes. Ivory. We do have a special Asian blue, which
Okay.
nobody else does. We do a lot of tone-on-tone work, which we started 15 years back when everyone
Now
was
it's a Vogue.
doing only gold zardozi. Now it's all over. But we were the ones who started doing tone-on-tone work. We have a special vermilion red that we use in jade. We have a green which is has a grayish tone, which is sage green. So we have our own color wheel and we
Mm.
stick to that whether it's winter or summer. Of course, in winter we try and use slightly deeper colors, and in summer, from the same color wheel, we try and use the lighter colors.
Okay. And what's your view on everyone who is actually wannabe designer today without even degree, without even, any experience? Everyone thinks that, I can create my own sort of collection for like just out of fun and passion because of social media as well. What's your take? How do you feel when someone says without any degree or experience, oh, I'm a fashion designer, and what how do you usually feel? Because I have some friends who are designers and they do not like it.
Oh, I think they must try it. You never know.
Yeah.
That
So
could
you
be their
don't really
calling.
need a qualification to be a designer?
I don't think so. I mean, in any field, right? If you have the passion for it.
Hmm.
Rohit Bal, I had heard, I don't think he had studied fashion. And he was
Okay.
one of the greatest designers in India.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I think it's all about your passion, your drive. Then it doesn't matter. You learn on the job.
Yes. Yes. And what I love is the
I've not
signature.
studied fashion.
You
I just
haven't?
did I studied Central Saint Martin was a short course. I studied interior design as my main subject in college.
And you're killing it.
I'm loving it at least.
Yeah, no, 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 for sure. And last, Monica, if you were to give one piece of advice to every girl who is dreaming today, looking at you, maybe dreaming of becoming a designer, fashion designer, interior, or maybe, I don't know, anything in between, what would you tell her? Or what would you advise her?
I would say creativity and passion are most important, but there's no escape to hard work.
True, true.
They need to go hand in hand.
True, absolutely. And do you get sleepless nights before the show or before a launch of any particular line, or do you peace very happy and peacefully because your dream has come alive?
I don't think I have time to sleep before a fashion show or before a launch. I'm just so busy, like making sure everything is going right.
And how does it feel when you see your pieces on the runway and it's getting uploaded? Do you feel that I knew it, or do you feel that, oh my God, there's something better I could have done more than this?
I feel happy for my team because there's so many people involved in um, making that runway outfit look right.
Very true.
I just feel everyone's efforts have come alive
Alive. Yes.
and their dreams have come true. So it's not just my effort, I feel for the team.
I love that. I love that. Great. On that note, Monica, I'm going to let you go, but before that, I'm going to ask some rapid fire questions. So whatever comes to your mind, you can just bring in. So
Yes.
what's the best piece of advice you ever received?
Okay. That's not as rapid, I'm thinking. I think the best piece of advice always comes from my husband. And he says, don't worry, just keep going.
Wow. It's deep, but it's really
Yeah.
impactful.
Yeah.
If you could dress one celebrity in Jade who you haven't, who that would be?
Dimple Kapadia.
Oh my God. She is
Yeah,
stunning.
she's an icon.
She
Exactly.
is. Absolutely. And she carries herself so well. Oh
Yeah.
my God. I saw her in Amrapali in Juhu, and
Yeah.
she was literally in just white shirt and blue denim
Yeah.
and wearing like some
So
necklace.
stunning, right?
Oh my God. Twinkle was next to
Yeah.
her, but you would not look at
Yeah.
her. So yeah,
Right.
she is.
Yeah. Yeah.
One timeless wardrobe staple every woman should have.
White shirt. But I always wear my white shirt with the crafted collars that we make. So it just makes it interesting.
Oh, I don't have one. I think maybe next time
Yeah.
I'll come to
You
Bombay, I'll
must
check
look
it
at
out.
it.
I
Yes.
will. You don't do it online, do you?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Yeah.
If I opened your closet right now, what is the one piece which has the most sentimental value?
Mm, my Ektar lehenga, my first Ektar lehenga that we embroidered in Kutch for
Okay.
Jade, Jade's very initial collections when we started Ektar embroidery.
Mm-hmm.
It is so fine. I think with my naked eyes also, I wonder how they've embroidered it.
Wow.
It's the most priceless piece I'll ever own.
Wow. What's the strangest or the funniest client request you've ever received?
Mm, I don't know. I think I'm very accommodative that way. I don't find anything strange.
Really?
So let's skip this, yeah, because I'm always like open to, okay, that's what you want. Great, let's
Okay,
do
we'll give
it.
it to you.
Yeah.
Fair. What's a self-care daily routine or any ritual do you follow?
I believe in natural products for everything, whether it's something that is worn on my skin, the garments that I wear, to the products that I use, everything I lean towards chemical-free products.
Okay, okay. A brand you would love to collaborate with?
Thinking.
Bring it on.
I think I don't have a particular name in mind, but I would definitely want a women-led or a women founder-led brand.
International or Indian or any?
International,
Mm-hmm. Okay. If you could steal one designer's mind for a day, who would you pick and why?
Maria Grazia of Dior, uh, ex Dior,
Sure.
Maria Grazia.
Why?
I I think for me she's a huge inspiration.
Okay.
Her love for craft is real, and what she designs really resonates with me.
Yeah, there are some who are like just timeless. I was just watching this documentary for Elsa Schiaparelli. Oh my
Yeah.
God, like in those times, what she created is
Yeah.
like unreal. Yeah.
Yes.
She unfortunately did not get the limelight as Coco Chanel,
Right. True.
but yes, but at least now people are recognizing her.
Yes. Yes. True.
One thing you would tell yourself if you meet 16 years old Monica today, what would you tell her?
Yeah. I think I would say have fun. I always started working very early.
Fair. What's
Yeah.
the most unexpected place you have got the design inspiration?
Unexpected. I've always found my inspiration, as I said, in these craft pockets, and I think that's very expected.
You make it, you make it look everything so
Oh
pretty
no, there is
through your eyes.
one actually. When I was studying in Central St. Martin's, one of our projects was to go to London markets,
Mm-hmm.
the old areas of London,
Sure.
and find inspiration and do a project on that. And I had found inspiration, sorry, in a men's salon.
What?
Just the way the white towels were put together and, the way the decor was. So, yeah, I think that was one of my most
Oh my
unexpected inspiration
God.
place. Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
It
Now
was
I'm
so
gonna go to.
interesting. It had like a Art Deco vibe, and it was a very small space, but very cool.
Wow. Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing. Most
Mm.
underrated skill a designer should have.
Underrated. Mm, I think people skill,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
being an entrepreneur, there's just so many parts of you besides just being creative.
Hmm. Very true. It takes a village, right? They say.
Yeah, yes.
What does fashion mean to you?
Timeless.
The most favorite Indian designer.
Rohit Bal.
Most favorite international designer.
Monica Shah.
Your favorite book, if you would ask everyone to read, which one would that be?
I read a lot of interiors and craft books, and
Any
there are some
recommendation?
fantastic books on Indian textiles, and
Okay.
I keep reading those. They have insane knowledge and a lot of images of vintage textiles.
First
So
thing you
for me, it's all
designed,
that.
okay. First thing you designed in your life, like first, very first piece for yourself or for someone else?
Was my own karchola for my wedding.
Hmm, okay. Most favorite fashion city?
Mm, Paris.
Any exhibition, museum you would recommend people to go see or watch, or any documentary?
Exhibitions, there are so many design weeks happening, biennales happening. I think it's great to keep taking in uh, the art and the craft that's going on. But
Mm-hmm.
the best is to visit one of the villages in India. I mean, that's real time, real craft, real people. It's amazing.
Yes, it's surreal. One fashion advice you would give it to every girl who is listening today.
Stay true to your passion.
And last but not least, what is that one piece or one way to elevate any outfit?
A piece of vintage jewelry.
Yes. So, on that note, thank you so much, Monica. Thank you for reminding us that fashion isn't just about silhouettes or fabrics, it's also about stories and legacies and hands that bring beauty to life. You've shown us that couture can be a bridge between villages and runways, between heritage and modernity, and between what we inherit and what we create. As Shakespeare once said that, the meaning of life is to find your gift, and the purpose of life
Yeah.
is to give it away. You haven't just
Mm.
found your gift, Monica, but you have also shared it with the world and proving that fashion carries with purpose and carries with true power. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for inspiring all of us. And to all the listeners, this is not just a podcast, it's a global sisterhood. It's a runway where we celebrate every win, every setback, and every stitch of resilience, even when no one is watching. So step into your power, share your gift, and keep weaving your story, because if Monica can do it, you can too, because you are a force. So keep creating, keep shining, stay stylish, and stay powerful above everything. Thank you.
Thank you, Binoli.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to You Are a Force. Hit subscribe and join us next week for more powerful stories from women rewriting the rules. Until then, keep building, keep leading, and remember, you are a force.